Canada. Zambia, the achievement of getting here onto this big stage, and showed some nice signs in their first match despite a heavy defeat to Fiji. Mixing up the starting lineup is Wales coach Richie Pugh. Nick Hogan in charge of this one. Philippa Tatit alongside me for this match, and this is the tough one, isn't it? Late on day one, got to get yourself back up after a difficult start to the day.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for both teams. Both teams still hunting out a win, and both teams crucially kept to a 0. So neither have scored yet in their campaign of the Commonwealth Games, but it's good to see number 11, Lloyd Lewis, selected again for Wales. He is a sparky character. He could be the one to break the deadlock.
Zambia get us going here. Zambia in the green and Wales back in their traditional red. And through their captain Luke Trahan to get things moving, trying to work down this short side through Callum Williams. Zambia almost getting locked in over that ball though. Nice bit of work, but Wales maintaining possession. Looking to get speedsters, Lloyd Lewis into the action early, a little bit of open space, but Zambia's cover defence comes across sliding nicely. Here's Trahan again. And Williams, Callum Williams, that is, knocked back by Zambia. Loose ball falls just for the team in green, and they're able to collect it on their own 5-metre line, but Wales swarming in on defence. Pocket picked, but has he been held up? I think Morgan Shanowski has. Wales, though, good heads-up play from Callum Williams, nice support, and they get the opening try.
Really good pressure there put on by Wales. Initially, that great attack down the right-hand wing and the kick through. They weren't able to regather, but there's this pressure now following up by the rest of the team, look. And then number 3, coming on and gaining the benefit from it, managed to recycle the ball. Desperate times for Zambia, desperately trying to get off their try line. Not a common try you'd see in sevens by Callum Williams, but hey, the pick and go, if it works, it works.
Well, it's good hustle initially to hold up Morgan Shanowski. Not an easy job at all, but Wales start nicely, 7-0. Attacking the ball in flight, that's knocked on a Welsh hand, so a chance here for Zambia. They've got so much talent in this side.
Back.
But again, the loose ball is hacked ahead by Wales. Swanwick with the chase. Oh, cleverly scooped up. Really good bit of skill from Cole Swanwick to hit quickly again for Wales.
Wales have really upped their intensity from that earlier game we saw against Canada. Wales know now it's desperate times. They've got to come out with a win if they've got any hopes of progressing in this tournament. Kick through just paying off for them.
Yeah, they didn't really fire a shot earlier today, did they, against Canada, who were out-muscled at the breakdown, particularly. And really would have been disappointed with that showing, but this is a good start, 14-0. Kickoff is shallow from Luke Trahan, and it's really well brought down by Wales. Scrap on the ground for the loose ball, for the ruck ball rather. And the penalty goes Wales' way. They set their momentum forward. Callum Williams, they're playing with good tempo. Wales in this one, but giving away the penalty, held on too long. Zambia were trying to attack that ball.
Holding. Just got holding on for that split second. I think more so in the sevens game than maybe in the 15s. As soon as you hit that deck, you've got to present. They don't give you a second of grace. In 15s, maybe there's a few more bodies in there. You can buy yourself a second before you present. But in sevens, it's lightning speed. Otherwise, you will get the penalty against you.
Everything fast, sharp, precise, frenetic. We have seen that so much today. Quality sevens from the men and women. Few of the medal contenders flexing their muscles as well. Zambia. Ball goes down the back for Edmund Hamuyua. Apparently a few French clubs might have some eyes on the number 6, which would be a massive moment for him and for his country's rugby program. Now here's the flyer trying to get around the outside. Good speed on good work coming across. Lloyd Lewis it was who made the tackle on Alex Mwea. He has the pace this team needed. Couldn't quite get past Lewis.
That was an incredible tackle. Absolutely textbook, look. Gets him in and around the waist. Knows exactly where the sideline is.
Wales from their own goal line now. Made the tackle on one side. Now Lewis gets the arms free and the offload is good too. The support play this time for Morgan Williams. Trahan. Ball wide and there's numbers here. They've stretched the Zambian defence. Callum Williams a little in and away and then tries to bust and power his way through. Zambia fall off the tackle. Chase coming back from Kalumba. Great chase from the skipper. Israel Kalumba for Zambia, but still there for Morgan Shanowski. Scoops it up. A little bit of afters. Walk away, chaps. Tries on the board.
Don't come in and push them like that, yeah?
It's brilliant effort from Wales, keeping that ball alive. They created the overlap in their 22, which they initially exposed down the wing. A brilliant chase back by Zambia, getting that last-ditch tackle. And they don't get much easier than that for Shanowski.
21 points to nil as the conversion goes over from in front by the captain. Much better display so far from Wales.
Played.
Restart doesn't go 10 metres. Zambia decide to attack that ball, so it's play on. And it's nice and quick for them to work with Kalumba. Israel Kalumba, a really good captain of this side for Zambia. Chopping back in Mwewa. Kalumba again. Powering forward, with his legs pumping as he takes a couple of Welsh defenders with him. Kaushiku spreads it across to Hamiyawa, who is physical, doesn't mind the contact as well. Bawalya goes to ground. Zambia, I was just about to say, good continuity, but lost it on the ground there. Small knock on, and we will go to the break in this penultimate match of the day, with Wales leading Zambia 21 points to nil at half-time. Well, it's been a big old day here at Coventry Stadium. I think it is only going to build and grow over the next 2 days as we head towards the medal matches on Sunday. Knowledgeable rugby crowd and enjoyed what they've seen from this Welsh side in the first half.
For everything, because they are fighting for everything, boys. All right, and they're going to keep coming again and coming again. How long have you got me? Yeah, good. How long have you got me? Good. Tyler, go with the minute.
I love that message from Richie Kudo, paying really great respect to what Zambia are doing as well, given that Wales are a regular team on the World Series. Core side, they play the big guns all the time. Really respectful that Zambia is coming at them.
Yeah, they're certainly bringing it. It's their physicality that they need to impose on this game. They just haven't had the ball in the first half. If they can hold on to a bit of possession, use some of their strong runners, they could cause some damage in the Welsh defence.
Certainly see why French scouting clubs looking at some of these Zambian players, Edmund Homayua particularly. Back underway in the second half as Lewis flies for Wales. Can't bring the ball in though, so error from the kickoff by the Welsh. 21 points to 0 they lead.
That was a good challenge in the air by Lewis. Total disregard for his own safety. Got up high. Unfortunately, couldn't keep control.
Sorry. Yeah. 11.
Nice, Lloydie.
Ewan Rossa, the 21-year-old, into the fray.
Go for
Wales is
Green.
Lloyd Lewis.
Go. Time on.
Gets to the bench.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Kaushiku feeds the scrum. Plays both 7s and 15s for Zambia. Stabbing a little kick through this time, and Wewa chasing himself. It's perfectly weighted, knees it ahead, however it gets there. Football skills are brilliant. Oh, just runs out of pitch. It was a great effort, wonderful skill to keep it in play.
Really good skill, but just watch number 12 running in behind, Ewan Rossa. He needs to be careful that he's not trying to play the player before the ball there. A little bit of a nudge. Oh, fine margins.
It's brilliant work to have stayed, kept himself and the ball in field. But as we speak, Wales head off back down the other end through Rossa. He would call it, give it. Wanting it on the outside was Morgan Williams. Tall, physical player. Good leadership in this team. Takes some of the weight off the likes of Trahan. Good footwork from Tyler Morgan, and the offload is nice as well for Swanwick. Rolled too far though. Took one extra roll and can't do that. Got to allow Zambia to try and attack of that, and yet not even close to being onside, and someone's getting a yellow card for their troubles. Probably could have got both of them, to be fair, the ref.
Yeah, absolutely. Players need to retreat those 10 metres before they make contact with a player. But equally, it was a bit of savvy play there from the Zambian, running directly into them and was teasing them into the infringement.
So Wales will play the next 2 minutes with 6 men as Callum Williams goes to the bench. Zambia look for an opening in the Welsh defence. A crack in the seam, ball doesn't go to hand, and Wales scoop on it quickly. He's made a nice injection into this game. Ewan Rossa has to go the long way round to get back to that chasing kick, and it's scooped up by Buwalia, and away he goes. Up the middle, through one, can't get through a second, but what an offload, little flick ball out the back of the hand, and some spaces. Zambia are roared on by this wonderful crowd in Coventry. Still going as Zambia. Numbers wide for Kaushiku. Kaushiku for the corner. He's going to go in for Zambia. End-to-end stuff. And Zambia score their first ever try in the Commonwealth Games.
So many reasons to celebrate that. Well done, Zambia. Talk about staying in the fight. They were right up against it, pinned in their 22, but they still had the ambition, the guts, the fitness to be able to go from end to end. Luke Trahan did his very best defensively then. He kept himself in front of 2, 3, 4 of the players, tracked them all the way, but it was just too much space for him to cover.
Lawrence Kaushiku, huge part of this team, and a historic moment for him and for Zambia Rugby. And now gets a breather on the bench, richly deserved, and a well-supported try too. 21 points to 5. Shallow restart. Oh, nicely attacked. The ball in flight. And Chris Smith for Wales, just dragged down as it opened up in front of him. Wales press forward though. Nice flat ball for Morgan Williams to run onto, but flirts with the sideline, barreled into it. Judge, assistant referee has the flag up though, and it's going to be a yellow card.
Yeah, that did look high. Bit of a desperate challenge there, look. Just see, contact is blatantly around the neck. Dangerous play there.
So Zambian player goes to the bench, Lester Makusa, just as Wales gets back to its full complement.
Time is on.
7-on-6 in Wales' favour.
Subs, sorry lads.
Just under 3 minutes to play.
2.
A little bit, so I'll look through that.
Right, you guys are making 1, 2, 9. Yeah, cool, thank you.
Looks to be a really talented player, heaps of potential. If he gets some exposure, some opportunities, and that's what's so great for these Zambian players, the global stage, to show their wares.
Bind. Set.
Trahan scoots away from the scrum, takes it upon himself. Wonderful leader of this Welsh team, Luke Trahan, gets a try.
He would have been eyeing that up before the ball was even fed into the scrum. A complete tactician, Trahan. He would have looked at the way they'd set up, where the scrum half had gone to choose it, to try and defend him from behind. And he backed his pace then. Just getting in between the first receiver for Zambia and the edge of the scrum there. Really good try by Trahan.
The Welsh Dragonflies. Version away from the side, 26 points to 5 now. Zambia still with a man in the sin bin. Another minute or so. Battered back on the Wales side, or a hint of an early tackle. Just got his hands free and couldn't control it on the ground. Zambia, Hamiua, and so that allows Wales to stride away again. Tom Williams it is. Big ball wide for Smith. Gets rid of 1, gets rid of 2, runs into a 3rd and a 4th and drives forward. Makes a good 20-odd metres and gives away a penalty. Well, not him, as a teammate it was. Owen Jenkins went straight to ground.
Just had a feeling like that was one step too many. He did so well. The first step brilliant, the second okay, but then you needed a runner on the shoulder to just cut through that line.
Zambia go into heavy combat. Chimbukulu, and now they hack it away downfield. Got plenty of speed in this team. Trahan has to scoot back. He gets a kind bounce into the midst, but pressure comes on from Zambia. It's a little bit loose for Wales. Remember, it's 7-on-6 in Wales' favour at the moment. They've got big numbers wide and plenty of space and room to move. For Callum Williams, ball's knocked down as the pass is given, and that's going to be another yellow, unfortunately, for Zambia. Melvin Banda is going to head to the sin bin as well.
Hold.
And he'll switch places with his teammate on the way through. Makosa comes back off the naughty chair.
But, come on.
It's a hard enough game as it is when you've got 7-on-6 and Wales make the most of it again. Callum Carson gets the try.
Completely backed himself there on his one-on-one skills. They did have the overlap, but he picked up on the body language of the Zambians in front. They were very much looking left and right. When you see that, you back yourself, run straight, put the step in. And he certainly did that, got the rewards.
It's not a rugby match if you haven't got a yellow daffodil around your head. You're from Wales. Yep. Worn that once or twice. 33 points to 5 now. Good response from Wales after disappointing performance in their first game to come out. Put a much better display together against a really team full of hustle and heart. We're probably just tiring a little bit now after playing so much of this half with 6 men. Good impact off the bench from Ewan Rosso, and that's a nice little ball slipped away for Chris Smith, late replacement into this tournament, and he's had a good impact on this game and in the corner.
Yeah, Chris Smith coming in, unfortunately, for the injured Sam Cross, making his impact felt there. Initially really good by the Zambian defence. They realise that they've got that one extra overlap, so when you're the outside player, you've just got to come up and press. It's a bit of a gamble, make that tackle. Initially he did, but unfortunately for Zambia, Wales kept it alive and then got the try on the edge.
Nice way to finish the day for Wales. A comprehensive win, but an historic moment as well, as Zambia get their first ever try in the Commonwealth Games. And it is Wales who finish off 38 points to 5. How the Pool C standings look, with one game to come, a win apiece for Wales, Fiji and Canada, and that's our next up match, Fiji against Canada.